Howdy, people. Peter Parker here. Got back a few hours ago from seeing Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, and I want to be perfectly honest right out the gate. I was expecting to hate this movie, and I walked away pretty impressed, actually, with a lot of aspects from the film. And the reason I expected to hate it is not so much because of what the critics were saying, because I care less what a bunch of random ass people who don't even read comic books say about a movie that's a comic book adaptation, like panel to panel. It's more so the fact that it's the hype. This movie has been hyped up for the past 2 to 3 years. People always talking about it. Then Zack Snyder kept announcing more and more characters to be in this freaking movie. Went from being a Man of Steel sequel to pretty much being Batman with everyone else in the background. So the fact that it's not that at all, I'm kind of pleased with that, actually. So in this review, I want to give my general thoughts about the film and how I felt about it. Is it good or bad? I'll tell you one thing: it's nowhere near as bad as the critics say. Rotten Tomatoes has it as 41%. Not even close. It's 10 times better than that. I was watching this movie tonight with my brother. I'm like, what the hell are people complaining about? It's happened like every other time I see a movie that people cry about. People said worse about Amazing Spider-Man 2. I walked away loving that movie. Just an example, but there was one particular moment in the movie that kind of pissed me off, as I'm sure it pissed off a lot of fans. Because that particular moment had to do with this guy on my shirt. Of course, if you know the comics, you probably know what I'm talking about. If you don't know the comics, then watch the movie and you'll probably know what I'm talking about afterwards. This is going to be my non-spoiler review. I'm probably going to do a spoiler review later in the week after everyone's had a chance to at least see the film once or twice, depending on where you live. But trust me when I say this is not a movie you don't want to see in theaters. You don't want to miss this experience on the big screen. These two iconic characters have never been seen together on screen. You don't want to miss this. Good or bad, however you feel about the movie. It's not an experience you want to miss. I'm going to start with Batman. Honestly, kind of rolled my eyes when the movie started with Batman, spoiler, Batman's origins again. It's like, Lord have mercy. How many times we have to see his parents get shot? Damn. And you freaking get it, man. His parents get shot. He falls into a cave full of bad spoilers. It's not that hard of a story. We just skip over the origins. Jeez. That part annoyed me, but the Batman himself was incredible. I mean, this is the Batman I've been waiting for since I was a little freaking kid watching the animated series on Kids WB back in the 90s. I mean, this particular Batman that Ben Affleck portrayed was like the Michael Keaton version that I adore from '89, just done 10 times better. This guy was brutal, and he was brutal. I mean, flipping dudes over the shoulder onto crates, stabbing dudes, branding dudes. I'm like, damn. And then he was beating the shit out of Superman. I mean, like, damn. I mean, like, no offense, but this guy can run circles around Christian Bale's mediocre portrayal of Batman. Because while Bale was an okay Batman, he was a pretty crappy Bruce Wayne. I mean, all he really did was scream really loudly, and I don't know what else he did, honestly. This Batman is comic book Batman brought to screen. That's no lie. Trust me, I've been bashing this movie since it was announced. So if I'm praising it, you know it was good. I mean, this version only pulls from the Arkham games, but yeah, like I said, Michael Keaton's version especially, because even Michael Keaton had that Dark Knight Returns thing going on, but this is 10 times better than that ever was. The car is not better looking than the Keaton mobile, but Affleck's Batman is definitely better portrayed and written than Keaton was, unfortunately. I mean, like, this Batman is a lot older, and he's been through a lot. 20 years in Gotham, he said, I believe. At first, I was against the whole old-ass Batman thing, especially when we're setting up for Justice League. But after seeing the movie, I think my opinions have changed a little bit. Still have my reservations because they're going to go back in time now with his solo movies. So it's like, nah, should have started with that, man. I still think it should have started with a solo Batman film. Set up his universe properly, because this movie, without getting into spoilers, this movie sets up his universe, but we don't spend enough time with his world to really understand him the way we should at the end of any particular comic book film. You know what I'm saying? Like, Superman, we got his world in Man of Steel. Love or hate it, he was developed fairly well. A lot more development in this movie. I mean, the reason I like the Superman so much is because he's flawed. He's not a goody two-shoes little piece of crap that rescues kittens from trees or whatever. And yes, he saves people, so I don't want to hear any crying about, oh, he doesn't save anyone. You know? Watch the freaking movie. He saves plenty of people. Saved tons of people in Man of Steel, too. Can't save everybody. It's impossible. Even the Flash doesn't save everybody, people. Like, I don't understand why people would cry about the stupidest crap. Like, some people are already complaining about Batman's motivations. Batman's a crazy-ass psychopath who beats the shit out of criminals with his bare hands. That's the only motivation he needs. Just give him an excuse and he'll find you and beat the crap out of you. Doesn't need any other motivation to take on Superman. He was there during the Battle of Metropolis. He saw it all. They showed, well, not getting into spoilers, but he was there. You saw him in the trailers. He was there during the Battle of Metropolis. He saw Superman and Zod fighting. His friend was in one of the buildings, apparently, and a lot of people died. That's all he needs. All he needs is a freaking excuse to throw on a suit and find someone to beat the crap out of. Batman doesn't really have any motivations. He's a psychopath. He's a psychopath. This movie plays it up perfectly. I mean, my personal favorite interpretation of Batman is always Michael Keaton from 1989. It's always been my personal favorite interpretation, because he didn't really give a damn about criminals. He's like, criminals. They're like weed, they just keep pulling back, pulling them down permanently. And this Batman does it. I mean, I have some issues with some stuff, but they're kind of justified at the same time. It's like, I can see why this Batman would do that particular thing. He's an older Batman. He's more experienced. He's been through a lot of crap, so he doesn't tolerate as much as a younger Batman might, you know? The Christian Bale Batman had his old I have one rule thing, which he kind of broke a couple times, actually. But that was younger Batman. This is the older, more weary Batman who's seen a lot of things, lost a lot of people. And see Superman, this freaking alien come out of nowhere. And he's like, because of this freak, I lost a lot of people I care about. I'm going to take him down. That's the only motivation he needs. That's the only motivation he has. And it's clearly explained in the film. So if you missed that, get your eyes checked. And I predicted this a while ago, but their team up at the end of the film, spoiler, we all saw that trailer with Doomsday at the end. Their team up at the end of the movie was kind of rushed, but at the same time, it sets up a foundation for future films. The ending, on the other hand, was it's another discussion entirely because I have issues with the ending of the movie, but at the same time, if we wind up where I think we're going to wind up, I might be able to forgive it. For now, I'm kind of a little annoyed, but it doesn't change how I feel about the film, and I quite enjoyed the movie. So. I mean, so I'm going to go into Superman. I absolutely adore Henry Cavill's Superman interpretation. I mean, no offense to some of you purists out there, but this is not 1977 anymore. This Superman doesn't play around. Kicks all kinds of ass. Doesn't need to apologize for it because he's Superman. I mean, half the world hates him, even though we saved the entire planet from Kryptonian, crazy ass Kryptonians who wanted to kill him. I mean, he saved everyone he could. He stopped Zod. And this movie is like everyone's trying to tear him down. So he has every right to be flawed. No one becomes a superhero overnight. It's not like, oh, I got a costume now, but he'll save the world. Every other hero out there has some kind of motivation. Batman has his parents who got killed. Wonder Woman's a soldier. She was bred to be a soldier. That's why she, spoiler, smiles when Doomsday is hitting her around. There was a clip of that in the trailer with Doomsday that everyone saw, so there's that. She smiles because she's a soldier. Soldiers love to fight. Thor loves to fight. Wonder Woman and Thor are pretty much the same thing. Different universes, same thing, I mean, this Superman has flaws. He has doubts, and that's, in my opinion, what shows growth in a character. I mean, honestly, people, you really think he's going to be Superman overnight? You're just fooling yourself. It's impossible. Impossible. That's why I actually like that fact that he killed Zod at the end of Man of Steel. Spoiler. Because it's the last thing anyone would expect him to do. I mean, you can't put Zod in jail. The Phantom Zone thing was closed, so. And Zod really gave him no choice in the matter. Like, it's either you or me, Cal. It's one way to sentence. I mean, like, people always cry about Superman not being relatable. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, newsflash, people. Last time I checked, a crazy-ass psychopath who beats the crap out of criminals with his bare hands isn't relatable. Last time I checked, a chick who was bred to be a warrior, Amazonian warrior from another freaking island, isn't relatable. Last time I checked, a guy with a freaking ring on his finger who has the most powerful weapon in the universe, who's a space cop, isn't relatable. Last time I checked, a guy who can run at inhuman speed, go through time, stop time, move faster than the speed of light, isn't relatable. So if you're talking about Superman not being relatable, you're full of crap. Because it makes no sense. I mean, he is becoming more human. That's the more time he spends on Earth. We humans are flawed. So to me, that's relatable stuff. In one way or another, we all look up to these characters. That's what makes them so unique. I mean, you're really going to sit there and tell me that Batman's relatable? Freaking crazy ass guy who went around dressed with a freaking bat and had all these gadgets and junk. Like, sure, he's fun to read about in the comics, but he's not relatable. Unless you're a billionaire playboy or playgirl out there. Drives around in a big ass car and train little kids to fight at your side? No, didn't think so. So Wonder Woman is probably the most controversial character in the movie, in my opinion, because I wasn't expecting that much from her. I didn't know what to expect from her because I was a little conflicted about her ever since she was announced to be in the film. Like, God, Lord of mercy, Wonder Woman 2. I mean, I predicted all of this, years ago in one of my earlier videos. One of my first couple of videos was when Wonder Woman was announced, Luthor was announced to be Eisenberg, or whatever his name is, and of course Batman being thrown in there. Turns out it actually works. It works. I can almost see why DC did it this way. It works for their particular universe. There's tons of setup for future movies and their expanding universe. One thing in particular in the movie doesn't work for me. I'm sure tons of other fans out there, but that movie is still good, so it's not a big deal. If you know the comics, it shouldn't really bother that much at all. And of course, someone out there is going to find a way to pick apart this freaking movie. Because honestly, all people do is cry about stuff. So about the cameos, Aquaman, Flash, Cyborg, they each have minor roles, but in one way or another, they add to the story and the expanding universe that DC's trying to build. And they did a pretty good job for one movie. I mean, for 2.5 hours, it's pretty good. Introduced Batman, explained his motivations. This is Wonder Woman. She had a small role, but it's good enough for her character. I mean, like I said, I wasn't expecting that much from her at all. I was kind of hoping that they would space this out a little bit because I don't know where you're going to go from here right now, unless they do what I'm thinking they're going to do. Which I'll get to in my prediction section, which will probably contain spoilers. So if you don't want to know anything, when I go to my prediction section, I'll let you know when the spoilers are coming up. I don't want to, ruin it for anybody. The cameos are kind of like in the Avengers movie, the original Avengers movie, when Stark sees all the videos of Cap, Thor, and the Hulk from their separate movies. Yeah, it's like that in that scene at Stark Tower. Although, honestly, I was hoping Batman would be the one that follows everybody. He's supposed to be the freaking detective, so that's something I just expect automatically from Batman, But the way it was done in the movie, it's fine. It doesn't bother me that much because the movie's still good. So, alright, here's where I'm going to some spoilers for my predictions. So if we don't want to know anything, do not watch past this point. So, predictions when Superman comes back. Spoiler. I want him to be Darkseid's disciple. If you watch the Superman animated series, I think you know what I'm talking about. Darkseid brainwashes Superman and turns on Earth. Now, this is already a fear by everybody from Man of Steel. What if you turn against America's interests, blah, blah, blah. Well, that could be a pretty good story point for Justice League. A reason for Batman and Wonder Woman to build a team to not only take down Superman and bring him back to good, but take down Darkseid and his paradigms and all that. And that was pretty sweet. I mean, it's too bad that wasn't an after credit sequence because that's what I would have done. I would have had some paradigms find Superman's grave, dig him out, bring him to Apocalypse, have him wake up on Apocalypse, and then end the after credit sequence with Darkseid on his throne, little fiery eyes, have Superman wearing a red and black suit, bowing down before him, have him look up at Darkseid, and then boom, end credits. That would have been sweet. Missed opportunity, Mr. Snyder. I mean, if we're talking about people who can take him down, Batman can make more kryptonite weapons. I mean, Wonder Woman could just kick his ass because she's Wonder Woman. So that's that. And about the team, I'm thinking about it. Like, there's only like 5 Justice League members. and Superman comes back. Because they don't have any Green Lantern, there's no Martian Manhunter for some reason. I don't understand that, but it's like, you can't, how can you possibly have the JL taking on Darkseid of whoever they're going to take on about the Green Lantern? Disregarding that movie, that was awful. Disregard that movie. Green Lantern has the most powerful weapon in the entire universe. You can't possibly hope to go up against Darkseid and his army of parademons, not to mention Calibac, or maybe some of their new gods or whatever story they come up with. About the Green Lantern, at least a couple of them, at least Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner or Kyle Rayner. Anyone but Hal Jordan. That guy is so boring. He gets used way too much. He's really not that special. It's like, he's not a big deal to me. I grew up with Jon Stewart from the jail cartoons, so if we're gonna pick a Green Lantern, it needs to be Jon Stewart. But overall, I give the movie a solid 9 out of 10. It loses a point for one thing, and mainly one thing only, which I'm not going to get into right now. But on a side note, I was kind of impressed with Lex Luthor. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg is still a joke of an actor, but in this movie, he's pretty good as Lex Luthor. I'm like, I didn't really have that many complaints about him. I'm like, okay. This is his interpretation. I mean, at least he wasn't going after real estate this time, like a fourth time in a row, like Gene Hackman was back in the day. And Kevin Spacey, I think, in Superman Returns. Boring ass movie. Yeah, 9 out of 10 is pretty good. Certainly would. I probably would have rated it if I actually didn't like it. And I actually like the movie, so. That's my non-spoiler review. That was a brief little prediction section. See if I can put a note in the video, let people know when that's coming up. But yeah, that's it for tonight, people. I'll do my spoiler review later in the week. I'm going to see the movie again and see if maybe my opinions change. I doubt it. If I liked it this much this time, probably a little even more second time. But yeah, go to my spoiler review later on in the week. Give you guys a chance to watch the movie, and I'll see you then.